Hello Gothic fans from around the world, this is Slivers. Welcome back to another video where we're going to install Gothic 2, the returning mod with the new balance patch lastly updated on the January 29th. A lot of bug fixes have been done and quite a few new quests have been implemented into it. So let's get started. So the first thing you need to do is actually have a copy of Gothic 2 Gold either on Steam, GOG, or a pirated version. It doesn't matter. They will all work the same. So make sure you install that first, alright? So here we are with the Gothic 2. I already have it installed. I'm gonna minimize this. Then just go to the link I provided. You have everything there on Google Drive, so you don't have to search for everything if you want to play this in English, of course. So let's see what that looks like. You have something like this. You have 7 different folders here. Don't mind the last one. This is actually the one you are actually downloading. Just unzip this and all of these folders should be inside. So let's start with the first one, which is the actual returning. All right. The new balance mod.exe is what we want. And we are going to start this with English, of course. And we'll accept the agreement. We're gonna go next. We're gonna search for where our Gothic 2 is installed. If it's under Steam, should be Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, then Gothic 2. Make sure to check that out, otherwise you won't be able to click next. So let's click next. We're gonna do a custom installation. We're gonna try New Balance, Visual C++. Skip the install DirectX because we're gonna do that separately. A much better version, much more stable as well. Reset the settings of the game and reset the settings of the ini pack if you want not to have any problems with crashing and all that, especially if you already had Gothic 2 installed. We're gonna enable this because we're gonna have a separate mod where we're gonna have much better quality fonts and all that. If you want to decrease the amount of grass, go ahead. I don't mind. I actually love the grass and all the textures in there. And the new loading screen is also going to come with a new texture mod that we're going to put in there. So just the first two, skip the install DirectX and the reset buttons. Let's go to next. Create a desktop shortcut, of course, and just wait it out until it installs. Alright, right towards the end, it's also gonna ask you to install the Microsoft Visual C distributable. I have to repair it, not install it. You'll have probably the installation button. Mostly because I have retried this many times, so I'll get it right. Alright, it's about done. And when it's done, we'll go to the next step. We're gonna close this, go back to our folder, and start with copy-pasting all the necessary files for this game to actually work properly without any crashes and all that. So let's get started, alright? First off is the scripts folder. We have the AB scripts right in here. Double-click on this, double-click on data, and make sure this file goes directly into your Gothic 2 data directory, which should be right here. Just drag it on. It's the easiest thing to do instead of copy pasting everything. There we go. That's done. Next step is the data folder. Same process. Double click on this, double click on data, and drag it again one more time over here. Third step, or fourth in this case, would be the English script data that makes the game actually readable. All right, so AB scripts English. This is actually sometimes hard to find, but I found it and I'm giving it to you guys. Same process, just drag it onto your data folder in the Gothic installation path. The DirectX also has one of these RAR files. Double click on this and we are going to copy all of this into our systems folder instead, not the data. System, make sure you put it in there. When I take a few seconds, depending on your PC speed, replace the file at that destination and we are done. Alright, the last two patches are optional. Basically, with the DirectX installation, you can start the game and you can start playing. But if you want something extra, something to make your game look even better, more crisp, more environmental, you go into your textures replacer. You double click on the GTR 3.47 RAR file. We go into this folder, we go into the main directory, and just copy these two into your data folder. It might take a few minutes or seconds depending on your PC speed again. And once it's done, we also have to do something optional, which we'll do in a minute. There we go. Once that is done, we go back into our main directory, go to optional, go into mod compatibility, and also copy GTR for returning to. This is very important, otherwise the game won't even start. So let's copy this as well into our data folder. Make sure you just drag it over here. There we go, it's done. Let's go back. Last but not least is the patches folder, and inside you'll find a pluscar patches.rar file. Everything in here is in German, but don't worry, it has nothing to do with the game being in German or anything. It is basically a few patches that make your character move a little different. It has different animations, it can sidestep faster, it can jump faster, everything that you'll need to make the game a little more smooth. So the same thing goes here, just drag all of these into your data folder. Now, that should be it. If you've done everything correctly, the game should basically start. Let's give it a test. Once you double click on it, the little logo should appear, the game will start, and you will see a new updated, well, this is actually an old background, but it's in English. You can play it, you can play with the settings. The thing that they are also updated is the graphical settings. So if you go into graphic settings, for example, this shows up, right? Before that, you would have to press F11 to make this show. Most people didn't even know this, but here you can adjust it because the actual settings within the game don't work. All right, and that's all it. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe if you want to have more future content, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Ciao.